You see who I'm in the building with. It's your boy, you already know. Go look us up, go run it up. Go run them last videos up. We in the building with a special guest. You see who it is. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's popping. It's that boy YM Baguettes. You feel me? You already straight out the 508. We here with you, you know what I mean? This your Stop Boston. We about to get it.
You dig? This is what we do. We come out, we fuck with niggas just like that. We come anywhere, we come get with niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
We ain't no bias to nobody. We not for no sucker shit. If you a real nigga, we gonna tap in with you, or you gonna tap in with us. Either way, we gonna put it through. So yeah, let's get into your joint, man. How you end up even getting into the rapping shit?
Just, you know, just being a young African American up in America, you feel me? Just, this is our culture, you know what I mean? This is what we, you know what I mean, created and grew up on, so this is only right for me just to be in that lane I grew up on, you know what I mean?
Early. And where would you say, like, so where you from? What city you rap?
Yeah, I'm from Brockton, you know what I mean, 508, you know what I mean? Shout
out to Brockton, 508. It's a lot of noise coming out here, too.
Yeah,
real shit. It's a lot of good music coming out of Brockton. I was just saying that shit. So you coming out of Brockton, is that something that you have to make a statement, like, you know, yo, I'm from Brockton, I'm not from here, I'm not from there? Yeah. You know, everybody try to just group us saying, yo, you from Boston, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most likely, definitely, because Brockton really never had, you know, a solid music scene, you feel me? So like, you know, just me coming out this bitch and all the artists that's coming out this bitch is, you know what I mean, it's honestly a dream come true for me, you know what I mean?
So with that, is like, who else in what's some of the music like you fuck with in Brockton? Like, who's some of the other artists that you think's coming hard?
Man, I'm all about that culture. I fucks with everybody. You feel me? I'm talking about, you know what I mean? The band is the label I fuck with. You know what I mean? Shout out to C's. Shout out to Twiz.
My boy.
Shout out to, you know what I mean? Everybody that's doing their thing in Brockton. You know what I mean? Like, we going hard. You know what I mean?
Y'all ever thought about putting together like a mixtape, like for the city, the way they just show, yo, this is Brockton, this is our music, this is how we coming?
Hopefully soon, you know what I mean? Hopefully soon. Everybody, you know what I mean, is working on their own things, own projects and everything. So hopefully, you know what I mean, we all come together and do some crazy shit, you know what I mean? That should be fire though.
Early, nah, because I think it's some good shit coming out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been listening to niggas now doing this podcast. I give like everything a run. You know what I'm saying? And it been like, oh no, it's really, I think our music scene's like turned. You know what I'm saying? I think Massachusetts, we definitely on our way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of good shit coming. Niggas ain't at the like the old Boston shit used to be like, put out a good mixtape and then just fall the fuck back for years. It's like niggas is coming now. Niggas is like, nah, ain't no sit back.
Facts.
You gonna keep getting this work. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. So it's like, I definitely respect that about how everybody's coming. It's consistent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's consistent with their music. You know what I'm saying? How long you been spitting though?
I've been spitting probably, honestly, my whole life, but I didn't start taking it serious for like, I've been going hard for like a nice 6 years now, you know what I mean? So, but you know, everybody has them situations where you're in the hood and shit and niggas like, yo, peep my freestyle, or, you know what I mean, rehearsing some D-block shit, you feel me? So like, you know what I mean, that's our culture, so that's, you know what I mean, I'm about that, and you know what I mean, I've been doing this music shit, but lately, past couple years, I've been going extra hard with it, you know?
And what made you like do that? Like, yo, I'm gonna take this shit serious, you know what I'm saying? Since you said you've been doing it your whole life, at some point you had to get to like, yo, I'm gonna do it.
Facts. Just seeing like, you know, all my favorite artists, just the progression, you know what I mean? The progression of my artists, my favorite artists go from, you know, grinding, being in the crib and shit to being who they are now. So, you know what I mean? I was just like, okay, maybe I can do that too, you know what I mean? Like, I can, you know, progress in a sense and get my money up and shit with this music shit, you know what I mean?
So was it something like you did with like your team, or was it like something with self, like, nah, I got it to really make music, or was it like, yo, what niggas think, you know what I'm saying? Niggas think I could push some music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was more like that. You know, man, at one point, you know what I mean, I was broke, just out here on the fricks, you know what I mean? The only thing I had was writing raps and freestyling and you know, going on the block, and I'm like, yo, we bored, waiting for something, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you know, I'm like, yo, let me kick this real quick just to try to, you know what I mean, kick time and shit, you know what I mean? So when that happened, whatever, people just gravitated towards me like, yo, he's nice, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, no doubt, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it going, you know what I mean?
Early. And from there it was like, yo, let me take this shit serious so I could get some money from it.
Yeah, pretty much the independent part about it, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, I see people out there doing the independent thing and they're getting really good paper, so I'm just like, let me invest every aspect of this money. I mean, every aspect of this music, and you know, I'm gonna spend all my money on studio, buy my own studio, you know what I mean, camera equipment, everything. So, and I just learned how to do all that, you know what I mean?
Early, that's dope. And what made you wanna well, the backtrack, when you started, when was it you got into like yourself, like, this is my lane for rap?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, how I feel about, like, you know, music is kind of like, you know, I tried every lane of certain styles of music, you know what I mean? And you know, because I feel like this is our culture. I can take whatever I want. I got family in Chicago, I got family in California, whatever, you know what I mean?
Right. So
you know, I tried different lanes of music, and whatever one sounded best to me, I just took it and ran with it, you know what I mean?
And so what is some of the local music you would say you grew up on?
I don't, you know, I haven't really grown up on local music because my family's straight from Mississippi. Right. So, you know, I'm still connected with that. So, you know, I'm more like listening to down south music and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Even though I lived up here, and I was born up here, I still have, you know, straight connections to down south. So, you know, that's all type of music I was listening to back in the day. Was like, you know, man, your Pastor Troy's, your Lucci's, your Dirty Boys, you know what I mean? Like just southern stuff like that. You feel me? 360, all that, you know what I mean?
Now I remember because Boston went through a time where niggas was on some down south shit hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? All you heard was like Master P, all that shit heavy. I remember we went through like a couple summers just down south, then we went to LA, you know, the Bloods and the Crip tape, like, you know, that was some of the first shit after like NWA and all that shit. So niggas started getting in tune. So definitely it's ill when you have them other listening sounds, when your shit just ain't a Massachusetts sound, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of rappers from Mass, you can kind of hear they from Mass. You know what I'm saying? And it's a couple dudes that I say like you can hear and be like, yo, where you from? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what you want niggas to hear when they hear your music. Yo, where that nigga from? You don't want niggas to, oh, he from Boston, or he from Brock, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I totally understand. And that's, you know, like I said, my family's straight from, you know what I mean, Mississippi down south, so, you know, my mom's is straight descendant from out there, so, you know, what I do is that I take different, you know, phrases and words that down south people use, and on words that East Coast people use, and I just kind of like flip it in some music shit, you know what I mean? So like example, down south people would be like dough, you feel me? Like up here would be like door, so you can, that's two different rhymes, you feel me? So that's
no bullshit.
I take that and I, you know what I mean, I just flip it and make a different flow and everything.
And put something in the middle. Yeah, that's fine.
You feel me?
So, and then how did you learn like 16 bars? I always ask niggas that. How did you know what 16 was?
Yeah, at first, when I first started rapping, I didn't know what it was until I started writing music, recording music, you know what I mean? So I kind of learned through you know, how beats would drop and stuff like that. It would drop at the 16th bar, so I'm just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like 16 chorus, 16, you know what I mean? So that's how I kind of learned this, from like just beats and writing music.
So it's mainly something like you could kind of like hear it in your head, like you could hear that's the drop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say that being in the music, man, one thing about rap is like, that is the part that always fascinated me with rap, is like, you gotta twist them words, you gotta bend them words, like niggas don't understand it just saying like, the car was going down the street. You gotta make that shit sound cool, so you might have to find another word for car. And you know what I'm saying? When I see niggas do it at a high level, I be like, damn, how the fuck do you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you definitely venture into, when you write music and all that, you definitely venture into a whole nother world, a whole nother space, because like you said, you know what I mean, you gotta be clever with this shit, you know what I mean? And